parents and the children could have fun together.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily.
Welcome to the My DVC Points podcast. Join the conversation as DVC members share their stories, personal preferences, and magical memories. Your reservation is confirmed, your fast passes are booked. Pull up on the yellow strap because our journey into the magic of membership is about to begin.
To infinity and beyond.
Now, here's your host and curator of magical stories, Chad Pennycuff.
Welcome home, neighbors, to episode 277 of the My DVC Points podcast. In today's episode, we are doing our monthly market recap report, and I want to welcome Danny from DVC Resale Market. How you doing today, Danny?
Hey, fam. I am doing great. How are you, Chad?
I am doing great as well. I mean, you and your international travels, and Danny does the DVC world and travels all over and first-class tickets everywhere. I've been following that a little bit, Danny.
But we are in America. We are back.
You're back. You're back. I'm still a little jealous. Well, welcome back and welcome back to work. Although I don't think you took much time off on this international, I guess, excursion that you guys did.
Chad, you know, it's all about that work-life balance. So you got to work a little bit. You got to play a little bit. We do it all at the same time.
I'm telling you. Yeah, that you do, Danny. So we're glad to have you back. And in today's show, we're talking about what the Rofer Monster ate last month from DVC deals that were trying to go down. We're going to be talking about average sales prices, what went up, what went down, and our commentary on that, active listings, and some red hot deals that are coming back. So Danny, let's not waste any more time and let's jump right into it with the Rofer report for last month.
What the Rofer Monster ate or didn't eat.
I'm telling you, he's been on a diet here recently. And
aren't we all?
Yeah, I guess he's like going for the low dues of Grand Floridian or something like that. It's, you know, Paul says he's on life support. I think he's just been on a diet and he's trying to trim down a little bit because
he's got to get bikini body ready.
You know, I'm like, bikini season's coming. So I think that's what he's trimming up for.
We're in Florida, so it's kind of always bikini season here.
Yeah, well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. So, anyways, what happened last month in the right of first refusal here?
Not much. It's pretty much the same as the last time we did this. So, just Grand Floridian, a few contracts. You know, it's just a ticking time bomb, to be honest. Like, I'm just waiting for it to explode. And you know, we all get off of our diets, right? Like, we go on these diets, we're hardcore, and then we're like, you know what? I really could use some ice cream and donuts. And I'm just waiting for the Rofer Monster to get off its diet.
Yeah, the willpower is going to cave here pretty soon, and he's going to start devouring is the only thing.
No one stays on a diet forever. Come on.
Yeah. I know. I'm waiting till all the amateur hacks phase out of this and get out of the gym by about week 3, and then I'm going to really start to hit it again, Danny. So let's see if I have some better news next time we record. But last month, the highest that he brought back was 147 at Grand Floridian. There were 4 of them taken back.
Yep.
And as we'll see, I think that's a little under the price that Grand Floridian was selling at. So you can't blame the Rofer Monster for snagging the good deals for himself.
Yep, exactly. So, you know, it's just, I'm curious to see, like, right now it's just Grand Flow. You know, we had a little bit of Animal Kingdom. We had a little bit of Copper, obviously not this month, but previously. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I will say, I mean, for buyers, it's a great time to buy because, you know, all those really good deals are passing Rofer right now. So it can't last forever. So it's bound to come back. We're probably looking at, you know, sometime this year. We don't know when that's going to be exactly. But yeah, if you are looking at buying, I mean, you can't get a better time.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about him trying to snag your deal with only 4 Grand Flows bought. Maybe if you're buying Grand Flow, and again, I pull up the average sales price here, 163 is what we're seeing right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need a little flashier mouse or something, but yeah, 163 was the average sales price, and the highest he bought was 147. So he's still snagging on the deals.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to steal a deal at the Grand Flow, beware, the Rofer Monster could take it. Other than that, it looks like you're good.
Yeah, and the highest this year was 152, so not even that much higher.
Yeah, yeah. So let's then move on over here to the average prices and what went on here. And I think the two notable things to talk about is Polynesian is up $7 and Riviera is down $7.
Yeah, I mean, I think just Riviera is just always ebbing and flowing. It really, for Riviera resale, it's just who really, really wants to stay at Riviera. And so maybe some months you might have people that are loving Riviera and they're fine with only being able to stay there. And then some months maybe not. But Poly, I mean, we got to talk about Poly because what do you call it? Sleep in?
Yeah, sleep in, not on. Right?
I'm telling you, sleep in, not on Poly, because I mean, we did see a $7 increase, but Chad, I don't know. You tell me. I'm thinking this is gonna go a lot higher than the $7.
I am as well. So I'm if I was interested in Poly right now, because DVC has had a month to recant that statement that was made in November. I mean, by the time we're recording, it's been almost 2 months that they've had to come back in and correct that VP that did the leak that said, hey, this is going to be the same resort as the existing Poly. And so as soon as she said that, DVC members that are in the know, like the people that listen to our shows, are out there and they're coming back in and they started snagging up these cheap Poly contracts. Because, I mean, what's this going to sell for? Like $240 a point is my estimate. Based on where we are now, every time a new resort, it's going to go up some. So if we're at $230 now, it's going to be $235 next, 2 weeks from now when the cabins go on sale. And then by the time Poly goes on sale, probably be $240 or $245.
Yep. Give a little discount because, they're going to do a little discount. And we're looking at a difference of $80-$90.
Yeah.
For, between resale and direct. So I'm thinking when Disney starts pumping out those marketing dollars and, right now it's like, I think we definitely saw a huge influx in Poly sales without a doubt when that announcement came out or was leaked. These are people who are on all the blogs. They're on all the Facebook groups. They're in the know. They know everything about DVC. But wait until Disney starts spending millions of dollars on marketing and the people who don't really know much about DVC get word of this. And I just think, I mean, obviously I don't have a crystal ball, so I'm not,
I've been doing this for 5 years. Okay. So I've seen this long enough that DVC does their marketing hype and then smart consumers end up going, well, I wonder if there's a way to save some money. And they start doing some Googling. And then your site pops up and my DVC Points site pops up and our podcasts pop up and our shows pop up. And YouTube algorithm starts suggesting this show to people that have been looking for DVC. And then they start to come back in and the light bulb goes on and they're like, wow, like I was going to save a bunch of money by buying DVC and staying in a deluxe Disney resort. And now I can buy resale and save even more money.
I'm saying if you've always wanted to own Poly, or if you're looking for I have so many people all the time ask me, Danny, like just what's a good deal? Like what's a good opportunity? If you want a good opportunity, this is it.
I think right now is a great time to be buying Poly. Yeah. So sleep in, not on the Polynesian resort. And we'll go ahead and hit our other resort here as well. This is a throwback to, I think the last time you and I recorded together, we talked about sleep in, not on Bay Lake Tower. Let's look at this. It's even down lower than it was like 4 or 5 months ago when we recorded this. We're now down to $132.
We are $28 per point less than we were this time last year at Bay Lake. So if you want that premium resort on the monorail, you can't beat that location, like just right near Magic Kingdom with all the different room types. Sleep in, not on Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about from last year this time, that's got to be what, a 12, 14, 15% discount someplace in there.
Yeah.
And your second cheapest dues in Walt Disney World, right behind Grand Floridian.
Yeah, and if you want to buy it direct, it's $275.
That right there says it, okay? That right there says it. And So you're going to save a boatload of money on both of those contracts and both of those deals. And, we're in the know. We kind of know these things. So when we give these advice, I really think people should stop and consider it, because those are some of the things that I really like that's out there today. But just going through this list of prices here, if it's within $5, I'm going to call that a relatively normal deviation unless I start to see a big trend here. So look, Animal Kingdom jumped down last month. Well, it was an anomaly. It's back up this month. Bay Lake Tower went down $4, went down another $1 this month. Still a great deal. We just talked about it. Beach Club has been trending high. I do not understand that. 18 years left on this life, and
it's the pool. I think it's the pool.
It must be, or it must be because you can't find an owner to give up their points at this stage in the game and rent the points. And you want a studio there or something along those lines, because 1-bedrooms are pretty snaggable at the 7-month mark with some work and really working the point availability and prediction charts on that one. So I think you can sneak into Beach Club at the 7-month mark most times of the year. Food and Wine, no chance. But other than that, you can get in there. And then Boardwalk, right there, 2042 end date, it's still up. It's going. Boulder Ridge, another 2042. It's up. And I think last month was a little bit of an anomaly. And 118 was definitely a spike over there. I think that's when our refurbs came out and sent that skyrocketing.
I've had a lot of interest in Boulder Ridge recently. I don't know necessarily. You know what? Maybe it's just the holiday season, because Wilderness Lodge is just such an awesome resort to stay at during the holidays. Maybe that's the reason. I've had a lot of interest in Boulder Ridge recently.
I can definitely believe that, Danny. 100% definitely believe that as well.
Yeah.
And then just going down our list here, Copper Creek, 146, super stable, right? Another great resort, long life. Grand Flow, you can't beat all of the studios you can get there. And if you want a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, you kind of need to own there these days.
I think Grand Flow, even though it's been super steady actually for the past year, I do think it's a pretty good opportunity if you want to buy there, if you've always wanted to own there. I know it's kind of a lot of people's dream to own at Grand Flow. I think it's a good opportunity to buy there now, just because, as we know, the prices increase every year with DVC. So it's only going to go up from here. So it's pretty steady right now, but it will go up from here. So good time to buy there if, it's a resort that you've always wanted to own at.
Yeah. Old Key West 2042, back up $5. I think it was a weird anomaly that it dropped last month, but I'm glad to see it back up $5. And then the 2057 ones came back in and it lost $5. So, who knows there?
Yeah.
But I'll take anything within $5.
Yeah. And then we have Saratoga. Well, we did Poly, we did Riviera. We have Saratoga, pretty steady, just down $2.
Yeah. Not that big a deal is there. Now we'll scroll on to the non-Walt Disney World resorts here. And we've seen Alani at 106.
You want to talk about your Alani contract that you?
Yeah, well, we'll hit that one in our inventory analysis coming up.
I know you're excited.
Right? I'm excited about that one.
And
yeah, it's like okay. Grand Cal creeping back up, and I think the word is out on villas at Disneyland Tower with the transient tax, the parking issues, all that stuff. I've stayed there twice. They've hit me for parking every single time. And it's been a fight to get them to get rid of the parking charges every single time. I'm like, what is up with you guys?
Yeah, I haven't heard the best feedback. I definitely have had a lot more people interested in Grand Cal recently.
Yeah, absolutely. Hilton had 66. That's down, and Vero Beach is back up. And
yeah, that confused me a little bit because, you would just think, oh, it's 2042. It's a non-Walt Disney World property. I would just think that they're both going down, but I don't know. One went up, one went down. Don't really know what went on there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping my eyes on those because my prediction is come 2042, Disney takes back the land and says, thank you very much, DVC owners, and they sell it off and they are no longer Disney resorts. And then they pocket millions and millions and millions of dollars. I don't see them sticking around. I really don't.
Yeah. Look, Epic Resorts, like if you just want to have some play around points to be able to go there, have the booking priority, they're cheap. Why not? But I wouldn't buy like a big point package there or anything.
No. And where I think the sweet spot for Hilton is, I know a lot of East Coasters love making that a drive down stopping point on their way to Walt Disney World.
Totally.
Sometimes they hit it on the way down. Sometimes they hit it on the way back. Sometimes they hit it both ways.
Yep.
And because it's about 5 hours from Orlando. So it's a nice little break, nice little stopping point. You get a little more pixie dust on your way home up I-95. And I think it's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah. Just keep it Disney all the way through.
Just keep it Disney, right? Just keeping it Disney. So, okay, now let's move over here to our next one, which was the inventory that's been rising. And it's up to 633 active listings, as we can see right here on my screen. But I don't think that's alarming because the dues just came out since last month. And if there's any cure to anonitis, it's the annual due statement. Yeah, stick a due statement in a member's face and they really start reevaluating. Do we really want to keep this and pay these dues, or is it time to amputate the contract?
Yeah, exactly. It definitely is a hit to the pocket. And so that is totally normal that we see those numbers. It's to be expected this time of year, especially right after the holidays too. So you spent all your money on holiday gifts and then they hit you with the dues. Very fun.
Yeah. But the other great thing that happens this time of year is those of us who are from up north, cabin fever starts to kick in and we all start researching and planning, how do I get out of this freezing cold?
Exactly. So it's cool because it's a good time to be a buyer. Obviously, it's definitely a buyer's market right now. But if you're looking to sell too, there are a lot of buyers out there right now. There's a lot of competition because there's a lot of listings out there. But there are a lot of buyers out there, and there will be even more come January 21st, which we'll touch on.
Yeah. So let's come back in. You mentioned this earlier, and it's one of my favorite things to look at here is I come into this status deal because you guys have the best website that's out there. I've been pitching that for a while. You can just filter here on subsidized dues. And when I do that, I have a February use year, $123 a point. 300 Alani subsidized dues. Like my summer was like 387.
Yeah. So
I could go 5 days one summer and 4 days the next, right? Every year in my 2-bedroom in Alani.
Yeah.
But I take that back. If I own there, I'm getting standard view and I'm getting 5 or 6 days each time.
That's the beauty of it, though. You could switch it up. You could do that one year, then do something else the next year. Maybe go crazy, do a 3-bedroom grand villa with an ocean view.
Yeah, if any multimillionaires are out there and want to leave a really nice tip in the tip jar over at Patreon, enough for me to pick this contract up, I would gladly take it, right? I'm just telling you,
Well, and the little secret is you go, during the winter months, because there's really no such thing as winter over there, and you get to see all the whales that come from Alaska.
Yeah.
And you use less points.
The days are a little shorter. I'm not going to lie, because I've been there in January. But let me tell you something. Alani in January versus Michigan in January is a no-brainer. It is -4 degrees there. They have closed school the last couple days because they don't want the little kids out there freezing. And so, yeah.
You'll take it.
I'll take Alani. I'm in, right?
But those subsidized dues are awesome. And I get this question a lot. Chad, I think you see a lot of, very informed DVC members, right? I get obviously a lot of newer DVC members that aren't as educated, always got to send them over to you to get educated. That's, a great place to start because this community is so incredible, so transparent, so informative. But, if there are any listeners who don't know too much about the subsidized dues, it's really such a great opportunity. And people see these listings and they're like, why are they more than the other Alani listings? And Chad, you want to touch on that?
Why let's just come back in and look at that, because we're gonna chase this rabbit hole, and I'm gonna prove my point that I've been saying how awesome your guys' website is. So as we come into this, you've got all of this stuff, and you look at Alani and you see these stars, okay? And a normal Alani contract is paying $914. Kind of on the little above average, okay? I'm not going to lie as we start to scroll down through these 2024 rates. But then when we come down here to the star, Alani contracts that originated pre-July 6, 2011 have dues in 2024 of $7.34 a point. Let me challenge you and the listeners, is there anything less in this column right here for 2024 dues less than $7.34? And I take that back. It was $9.76 this year. So it's 2024 is on the left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bay Lake Tower is not lower, $7.59.
Mm-hmm.
Grand Flow, $7.57.
Yep.
We're still getting subsidized dues, $7.34. Lowest dues in the DVC system, those Alani subsidized dues. And it's set to be X% off of the dues. So as the dues go up, the gap increases. Right. That's what's beautiful about this. It's right. That's why these sellers are saying, hey, I want more than the average 106 for my contract, because you're going to save a boatload of money over time on this subsidized dues feature.
Yep. You'll pay more upfront, obviously, but you're going to save a lot more in the future. So again, we always have people who are just looking for a good opportunity. These are rare. They don't come up very often, but when you see them, they're an awesome opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. It really, truly is. So that's kind of my take on that. If you're looking at Alani, check out those subsidized dues contracts. And that should be another sleep in, not on as well, because those things just have me drooling. I know so much about DVC, and anytime I see one that matches my use share, I just get a little bit excited and go, but I can't because I don't have the money. But doesn't mean I don't want to. Doesn't mean I don't want to. The spirit's willing, but the wallet is weak.
Just put it out into the universe, Chad. It will happen.
That's why I said, there's got to be some multimillionaire that, a 40 grand tip in the Patreon tip jar would come my way. And I could figure out how to pay the dues. I'd rent some points out of my other ones, enough to cover all the dues, and we're good. So Paul and team over there would take care of me, I'm sure.
Very savvy.
Yeah, absolutely. So Danny, let's talk about our next topic here. And it is, you've got some great news coming up, right?
Drum roll, please.
So our red hot deals are coming back January 21st through February 29th, asterisk, if they make it to January 29th.
If they make it.
Because these things flew off the shelf last time. So Danny, give us a little bit of a teaser here, and what is a red hot deal, and why am I excited about it, and why should the listeners be as well?
Yeah, super excited, myself included, about the Red Hot Deal promo because, if you've been around for a while, we did this in the past. It was extremely successful. As you saw, there are a lot of listings out there, so the market is very competitive, but we are spending a lot of marketing dollars for this Red Hot Deal. So it's great for sellers because we're going to get your listings moving. And then it's amazing for buyers because basically what the Red Hot Deals have done is these sellers have agreed to price below market value. So you will notice that the best ones are going to go, within the first week of the promotion. So that's always what we see. People get super ramped up, super excited about those. So if this is something that you're interested in, be on the lookout that first week. It's going to go from January 21st to February 29th. We will add some sprinkled in there throughout. So you might see some good opportunities, but the bulk of it is going to be upfront in that first week. But again, just really good opportunity to jump in. Now, these are going to be no haggle. So
these are eBay buy it now. Like 1 cent less than the listing price is rejected.
No, first come, first serve, like the first full price offer, boom, grab it off the market. No other offers can come in. It is what it is. So be by your computers.
Be by your computers, have your finances ready, right? And y'all are pretty flexible on like down payment and things along those lines. There's some options there for people as well. But
different financing options through Monera. So if you see listings that you like ahead of time, With that being said, we have been reaching out to sellers this whole month about the promotion. And so a lot of sellers have actually opted to lower their price per point right now until January 21st to see if it sells. And they've lowered the price per point, but it's not firm price yet. So they're still negotiable. So there are some really good listings. If you want to kind of get in before and you want to get those good listings before the promotion starts, go on the website now and take a look, because there are some really, really good ones out there, even before the promotion has started. But, reach out to Monera if you see a contract that you really like and kind of see what your loan options are. If you click on the listing on our website,
let's do that.
Right under, let's show them how to do it. Right underneath the make an offer button, you'll see.
Let me bring this back up. But if you come over to buying,
just go to listings.
Buying listings right there.
And just click on any listing.
Well, if I'm going to drool over that Alani one, I'm going to come back in and see what my options are on that one. Why do I punish myself like this, Annie?
We all do it. It's fine.
Okay, so here's my 300.1 from Alani.
Okay, so right underneath the make an offer, you see estimated monthly payment. So that's a button. You can actually click that. So go ahead and click that.
So click here.
No, sorry, go back real quick.
I was going to say, you're really leading me down that path, Danny. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's the button underneath. So estimated.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. So this will be all the financing options. So you have a few different options here. So you have the financing terms for 8, 12 years. By the way, there's no prepayment penalties with Monera. You could pay it off at any time. So even if you want to do the 12-year loan, but you want to pay it off in a year, 2 years, you have some extra money, maybe get tax money back, you want to put it toward the loan, you could do that. There's different down payments you could do. And then you could also do options with credit check or without credit check. So you don't have to do a credit check if you don't want to. If you do want to do a credit check, just to kind of see if that will make the option better for you, it is a soft pull on your credit. So it's not even a hard pull, which is great. It's a private loan, doesn't get reported. So if you want to just click down where it says credit score, select one.
Been playing with several of them, so let's do that. And
yeah, there you go. And so you could play around and just see what the loan options will be, and do this before the Red Hot Deal promotion starts. That way you're ready and you kind of know, you have an estimate of
good point.
What you're looking for and if you're going to be ready to pull that trigger.
If you were to put 12 grand down, 384.
And then also, just so you know, if you haven't yet bought a contract with us and you haven't financed through Monera before, the way that it works is once the offer is accepted, you're going to pay an escrow deposit. The escrow deposit is going to be 10% up to $2,000. So $2,000 is going to be the max. That's what you're going to pay up front. The balance of the cash to close, which you'll see if you scroll down, you'll see cash to close. The balance of that, so $12,000 for that specific loan option that you chose. It could be different depending on which loan option you choose. But the balance of that won't be due until closing, which will take place in 30 to 60 days.
Got it. And our friends Amy at Monera will be glad to walk you through all of this if you have questions. Yeah. And any of the staff over there will. I just know that she's one of the people you could end up working with. And you might know her.
They're all amazing over there. I mean, they are fantastic.
Yep.
And then in your down payment, it's going to include your 2024 annual dues as long as there's points available. So you won't have to pay dues again until 2025.
Awesome. Well, those are some great things to look at. And man, it had me all excited at like $470 something a month because like my car is going to get paid off here pretty soon. And you tempted me, Danny. You tempted me.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
I'm sorry. Imagine how I feel. I have to do this every day. I tempt myself a million times a day.
Okay. Yeah. Well, anyways, let's see. That kind of wraps up our deal. And we've already covered sleep in, not on. So what's left here is to just come back in and wrap the show up. And if you guys have questions and you'd like to reach out to Danny about placing an offer, any of this works that you've seen today.
If you just want to talk.
Yes. If you just need some add-on itis therapy, right? She's probably not the right person to talk to because you'll probably end up buying something. I'm just saying. Okay.
I'm not a good influence. I will warn you. I am a bad influence.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Same thing with listening to this show, Danny. I just fall on that sword and admit it, right? It's, yeah. Hi, my name is Chad and I have a point problem. It's,
yeah. I mean, look, if you sell it, you got to be addicted to it. So,
yeah. Yeah. So anyways, Danny, D-A-N-I at dvcresalemarket.com, 954-254-2425. For those of you who are listening to the audio edition of the show.
And just send me a text. So that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. I am always available. Like, I don't have typical work hours. So if you need me, just text me 954-257-2425. I'd be happy to help you. And
yeah, if she accidentally replies back in French or Spanish or where in the world is Danny today, just bear in mind that could happen, right?
It's very, very likely.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
now, if only I spoke all of those languages.
Yeah.
Got to get on that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Eat the food.
Well, anyways, Danny, thank you so much for joining us on our show today and giving us this recap report.
And next time we go live, it's going to be from the beach, right?
You
got to come visit and we're going to do, we'll go live from the beach.
Okay. So Clearwater, we're in. And
yes.
Okay. Now Clearwater is east side, right?
West side. Ooh,
even better.
Yeah, you got to experience the other side.
Yeah. We'll even beg Nick for like a key to his house and go in there and drool over that.
Close.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
beaches and dreams.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm in. I'm on it. I'll have to look and see when it's not being used so that we can pop in there, Danny, because that's just going to be phenomenal. Roxanne on our team has.
I was just going to say, ask Roxanne.
Roxanne's got us all sold on it. It's anyways, thank you so much for joining us. And thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next month with another market recap. And also as well, a little bit of celebration this week, Danny. I don't know if you think you saw the post. We hit 5,000 members in the My DVC Points community group, which if you have
the most amazing community, like honestly, I get to speak to so many people from this community. I was actually just talking to one today and it was funny. I answered the phone and he's like, wait, is this Danny? I know your voice. I've heard your voice before.
Yeah.
This community is so amazing. I just love how, honest and transparent and helpful everybody is here. I mean, it truly it's like one big family.
It really is. And our moderators do a great job of, we take zero snark. If you can't contribute something nice, it's the thumper rule. Don't say nothing at all. Now you're allowed to express disappointment as long as it's respectful. It just has to stay respectful. And then it's okay. Right. But our whole goal there is to help people understand DVC and make informed and educated decisions for themselves and their families. What's in your guys' best interest? We got a community 5,000 strong that's there. We got 3,000 plus people in our Riviera owners group, almost $3,000 in the Disneyland Tower group that we've done. And the Fort Wilderness DVC Cabins group is growing fastly as well. So a lot of great groups on Facebook. If you want to join us and you like the style of our show and kind of our value systems, there's a community there for you. We welcome you to join us. Okay, now we're really going to end for sure. Thanks, everybody.
Chad, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
It certainly is. Next time we're going to have Kevin join us as well, because we're going to sneak some bonus points and miles content in on this one as well. Because he's the point and mile. He's my point and mile brother from another mother.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's on a plane right now, actually.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is what it is, man. Us travel nerds like to travel. So, anyways, thanks everybody, and have a great night. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
Aw, chill up, Dad. You know we'll come back. With DVC.
My DVC Points is an unofficial Disney-inspired podcast created by fans of Disney Vacation Club. The thoughts expressed in this podcast are personal opinions and personal experiences. My DVC Points is not affiliated with Disney Vacation Club, the Walt Disney Companies, or any subsidiaries. We encourage listeners to contact their DVC guide or member services for official DVC policies.